I'm back. I look really red. It's because I just took my mask off. I have a craft for you today. It is time for another craft kit. Today we're gonna do string art, which requires some string, some nails, and some wood. And in our case, also some sandpaper, because you want the edges of your board to be smooth and not have little bits like that. So we're gonna do that. So your first step, you won't have to open the box or the container of your sandpaper, is to gently sand the edges so that no one gets a splinter. I'm gonna cut a piece off of this because I don't need all of the sandpaper personal for myself. That's about how much you're gonna get. That's about how much I need. So, step one, just do a little sandy sand to make sure that you don't hurt yourself. We have no time for splinters in this place. We just don't have it. That's pretty much it. So, pretty easy. So you have in your kit nails, string, a board, and you have a heart. That's because a heart is a really easy shape to do with string art. It's one of the easiest ones other than like a circle. So I gave you that. That being said, don't like hearts, don't want a heart, then don't do a heart. There are so many other stencils available or templates available on the internet for string art. All you need to do is search string art template online, and you can find templates for pretty much anything. You can even make your first initial, all kinds of things as a string art template. I did a heart, as I said, because that's like step one in learning how to do this properly, is starting with a very basic design. And you can do some really fun things with it, which I think is neat. A lot of people also have patterns for how you wrap your string, which I'm not gonna do today with this piece. But if you really wanna make yours look fancy, search heart string art template and you'll see some of the patterns that people have wrapped these in. It's really neat. So you might have fun doing something a little different if you've done string art before. I did string art one time before this, before I started doing craft planning for this. And it was in, I think, Vacation Bible School when I was like a child, a small child. Someone else did all the nailing. Yeah, I had to learn how to do it myself again because baby Laura didn't remember. Okay, so we've cut out a shape. I'm gonna position it kind of in the center of my board. Might be easier to do that if I trim it down a little bit. So I'm gonna trim it down a little bit. I actually happen to have a line on my page here from when I blew this up on the copy machine that will help me center it a little bit. So we're gonna do that because I don't want to have this crooked in the middle of my board. But that's just me. You can have yours sideways on here. Like, there's no telling a reason why you can't put it on like that. I mean, it's up to you. All the power to you, crafting person. I think, okay, we're OCD has entered the room. I'm sorry. Okay, that's beautiful. I'm gonna tape it in place. Because I don't like it to move when I trace it. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, so here's my board, just like this. And now I'm gonna trace the heart. I keep forgetting things. You need a pencil. We have a pencil. All right, now I'm going to carefully trace out the shape of my heart with my pencil. Now that I've traced it, I'm done with that. So that's gone. Here's my traced heart. As you see, it's not perfect. It's not a problem. So now we have nails. I'm gonna use these almond colored trim nails because they have kind of a defined top. I don't know what that's called on a nail. Head? I don't know. The part of the nail that you hit with the hammer is defined. Why nail box? Why? Okay, I think we're in. I think we're in. We're in. We're in. Okay. I got about, I think they're just a little over an inch long nails. Focus. Ta-da! And look, sticker stuck to my hand. Okay, so you want to place these like about a centimeter apart, and you're gonna need that. You want it far enough in that's not gonna fall out, but you want it far enough out that it's not going to drop your drop your string on the ground. So kind of like that guy. He's a little far out. I might put him further in. There, kind of like that. So I am going to start with one in that center piece and then one down here towards the bottom at the point because, again, it's important to me that we do this pretty. Boop. And now that you have these two guys here, that guy's a little crooked, it's okay, no one will see. You want to go about a centimeter or just under a half an inch to the side, put another nail. Again, 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 as you go along, okay? So I'm gonna do that, and you do it too. I just went ahead and marked where I want mine to be. They're not exactly even. I don't care. I don't care. You shouldn't either. So now it's hammer time. If we had the rights, I'd put the music in here for that song, but you should go and listen to it now. Finally done. You may notice that some of these are pointed kind of out of the correct direction and aren't even, and you know what? It doesn't matter. None of that matters. All that matters is that your nails made it into the board and aren't gonna fall out. So check to make sure that they're pretty sturdy. They're not falling out, and that there's enough space that your string can attach. So these could actually go further in to the board if you wanted that. It does not matter if they're even across, despite the fact that I really wanted them to be, and it didn't turn out that way for me. But I'm not gonna take them out because let me tell you, I don't really use these very often. It's a tool. And I don't like them. They're loud, and I would rather instead use a hot glue gun or a saw, which is also loud, but not so bangy. I don't know. Not a huge fan. I use this for distressing things, not for its intended purpose. Goodbye. All right, so now it's time to do the fun part of this. Because to me, all of that prep work was not very much fun, but that's okay. Sometimes the prep work takes a while. So I'm gonna use this color that I chose here. Take some of that string, say hello to your board, choose a nail. I'm going to choose the one that is closest to the pointy bit in the middle, but not the pointy bit in the middle, because that's what I saw a lady do on the internet with this, and I thought, why not just do what this person does? Maybe there's a reason that they chose to do it the way that they did. I don't know, and I'm not going to find out. So I find it very easy to start your knot like this before you have the nail involved at all, and then you just slip it over and tighten it, and then you didn't have to try and tie a knot around a nail, which is not easy. I'm just gonna double knot it here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I really truly tried to get one of those overhead camera things set up, but that did not work for me, and I apologize. I just really hate that. I like it to face me again, and that works really well, but otherwise it wants to film its own feet. Okay, so I attached, well, clearly I've wrapped already accidentally. Oh well. I attached to this nail right here. And now I'm just going to take a bit of string and then just kind of wrap around a nail and wrap around a nail and wrap around a nail and wrap around a nail. Oh, look at that. We're just kind of going like crazy. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Just do that a bunch, okay? Just keep going. Have fun. And I'll see you in a minute. So just keep wrapping. Remember that song that Dory sings? Just keep wrapping, just keep wrapping. Oh wait, it was swimming, but that's okay. You've got a ton of this, just a ton. So wrap it like crazy, keep wrapping it. When you're done, cut in ends. Now I already tied mine so that I could show you, because I thought if I didn't, it would all fall apart. So when you're ready to do it, just keep a finger on your working section, your loose end, so that it doesn't come undone. Trim, and then tie yourself a little knot. You don't need to make a big knot. I just kind of shoved it through a little space between this nail and the nail next to it. And then I'm gonna tie a little knotty thing. Maybe it's a hitch knot. Maybe it's not. Terrible jokes with me today. I'm sorry, but not really. Okay, so it got caught on a nail that wasn't the one I wanted. All right, I tightened him. You probably can't see the knot. That's what we want. So now you're just gonna trim this guy. Boop. And there's your string art. I should probably have used a darker color with you guys so that you can see the contrast better, but don't worry about it. And as you can see, you don't really notice the line behind if you do your job right. So if you can still really see the line you drew, wrap it some more. The only thing you have to be aware of when you're wrapping is that you don't go across this gap. And that's not hard. You can do it. So wrap, go crazy. If you don't know how to use a hammer, ask an adult before you hurt yourself. And there you go. Kits at the library if you want them.